Okay, I may have to break this up into a couple of parts so that I'm able to email it to you. But to start with, we talked about the idea of taking out this old masonry because a lot of these stones are loose, and this retaining wall here is starting to buckle, and some of those blocks are loose. So the idea was to take it out and bring it down to the level of the flagstones outside the door. So now moving around, if you look at the base of the cottage, we have to come up a certain amount to be able to have something to attach to because it's hollow. Okay, now resuming, that the minimum that we need, depending on how far out we go, the size of the framing, we need to be somewhere between 10 and 12 inches above the base to be able to anchor our ledger. We could cheat it down a little bit and let it hang, but we're not going to achieve a whole lot, keeping in mind that we're coming up, 12 inches above that for our framing. Coming out from the side, if we wanted to do a step all along this end of the deck, we would, as far as dimensions coming out, the difference between 12 feet and 14 feet is not going to require a heck of a lot more digging. This tree definitely has to come out. Whether this stump over here will be an issue or not kind of depends on how the framing falls. But keep in mind that the lower we put the deck against the house, the more we're going to have to dig coming out. And the further out we go means the larger the framing has to be. If we go to 12 feet, we could get by with, in conclusion, putting benches along two sides, which I believe you said would be this side, and then coming down on the side facing towards Casey's. That's not a problem. As long as we're keeping the height as low as possible, we don't need to worry about railings. But the steps are definitely going to be an issue. Looking at all of this that has to come out of here already, and then what we would have to do to dig down this mound, and then where are people walking up to the steps from.